So my experience with the Nest Collaborative was game-changing. As a new first-time mom, I was really struggling with my baby latching on at first, and then I thought I was getting a groove, kind of, Googling all the things and using all the online resources that I could, and just the knowledge that I had from the hospital with their lactation specialist. I felt like we were getting a groove. But then around 3 months or so, my baby started having stool changes. There was blood in the stool, which as a nutritionist, I knew had to be related to her nutrition. So I started changing my diet, which definitely helped. But then some other stuff started happening where she was also throwing up a lot. And it wasn't just spit up, it was full on purging and throwing up. And it was so frightening because my baby's so tiny, only 3 months old. I had no idea what was going on. We brought her to the pediatrician after, of course, I was doing all my different research and I had no clue what was going on. And my pediatrician was telling me, it's reflux. We have to put her on Zantac. We have to monitor her. We have to take her to the GI doctor. It wasn't sitting well with me. I knew it couldn't just be reflux. Like, what was the reasoning? What was the root cause behind that? It was really upsetting me. And they were also starting to encourage me, like, hey, maybe she needs to even maybe we need to put her on formula. And that really made no sense to me because I was just working on fixing her, the stool changes that were happening. And then it moved into this, and it just didn't seem right. How could now switching the milk be an issue? So all that to say, I was feeling very overwhelmed, lost, very nervous to make the wrong decision. I really just wanted her to feel better. She wasn't keeping anything down. We weren't sleeping. We had to sleep with her elevated. It was very rough. Finally, someone in one of my natural mama support groups said, hey, I know this sounds weird, but just go to a lactation consultant. And at the time, I just didn't see how it could be related. In my head, it's like, she's latching, she's eating. How could that be it? I was desperate and I wanted to try anything. So I was doing some online searches, found the Nest Collaborative. They could meet with me the next day or sooner. I think I got in an appointment. It was super quick and easy. My insurance covered some of it, which was great. Although I would have probably spent anything. I was so desperate. And by the time I spoke with my amazing lactation consultant right over Zoom, which was very, very easy and convenient, I even had the baby with me and was showing her how she was feeding and all these other things. I cannot tell you, within 5 or 10 minutes, she knew immediately what it was. I was overproducing milk, and I had no idea that the amount of milk I was making was too much very quickly. And so essentially I was feeding her too quickly. And so she was throwing up. Boom. It was mind-blowing. It seemed so simple. Like, why couldn't I figure that out? But I needed an expert. I needed someone who sees this stuff all day and who could just put me at ease. I remember I was just instantly crying because I was just so happy that I finally found an answer after, I think it was a full week that we were just going on and on like this. She was losing weight. I was desperate and I was so scared. And thankfully I was able to avoid putting her on Zantac, which now has been recalled and pulled off the shelves, by the way. And I was able to avoid putting her on formula. Not that there's any shame with doing those things if you truly have to, but you have to know that you have options, and that these amazing lactation consultants from the Nest Collaborative know their stuff. They are super well-versed and experienced and empathetic. And she taught me so much too. She taught me what to do immediately. When I tell you, within 24 hours, after we had tried so many things for the past week, within 24 hours, I would say within 2 feedings, done throwing up. And I'm telling you, she was puking up every single meal. Like, every time I fed her, she would throw up by an hour later. It took just hours and just a couple more feedings that I made the changes. I started taking, some herbs that my specialist recommended for me. It was done. And I had just such peace of mind. We had a couple of follow-ups just to make sure everything was going well. And that was it. Everything was smooth sailing after that. My baby just turned a year and she's healthy and happy, and we were able to navigate. So I share that story hoping to help any mamas who feel lost out there or feeling like they don't know what to do, what options are available. You owe it to yourself to maybe check this off the list to make sure that you're feeling confident and well supported, because breastfeeding is not easy. Even though it's natural, doesn't mean it's easy. That's something I definitely learned. So I'm just so grateful to the ladies at the Nest Collaborative. The experience from beginning to end was extremely professional. I felt like I was in the best hands possible. It was convenient and it saved me and my baby for sure. So just you owe it to yourself, you owe it to the baby to really get the support that you need and get the expert help that you need.